Hey everyone, it's Kay's here. Thought we'd do a quick video today on the Condor Pro setup, some of the ins and outs of it, some of the do's and don'ts of this drone as well, just for all those who are out there getting into the Condor Pro drones. It is rated to 30 knot winds, so you're going to be able to get a lot of days out there fishing. The payload on these is, it can carry 3.5. We do have it set a lot lower than that so that you've got the ease of fishing. The mechanical release is nice and easy to use as well. The beautiful thing about this drone is it's based off the original Condor remote. So very easy to use. Okay, so what we're going to do in this video, we're going to run through calibration, the actual physical setting up of this drone, and then we'll be able to field any questions in the comments below. So let us know what drone you're flying, let us know how your experience has been with that drone, and if you've got any questions. Now, one of the first things you'll notice that we've changed up on the Condor Pro is the bag that it comes in, and I've got to say the weight of this bag has a Condor Pro in it right now, and it is light enough that I can hold it out directly in front of me. Now I know what you're saying, but Caleb, you are a specimen of a man. Now ladies and gentlemen, I could not do that with the original case. It was very big, very heavy and very cumbersome. So now having this travel case, mate, traveling with this bad boy is going to be so much easier. So just a few things on this bag right now. Inside the side pocket, it has a waterproofing shield. On the top here, if you're going to be traveling and want to take your drone with you, it's got that sort of capability as well. You can put your details on there. It turns into a backpack as well. So just inside here are the straps that you're able to turn this thing into a backpack with. Multiple pockets, plenty of room, plenty of space to put all your gizmos and gadgets in with your drone. Once we've pulled it out of our suitcase, it's going to be like this with the legs taken off. So this is how it is going to come out of your suitcase, just like this. Okay, first thing that we recommend before you put the battery in, before you put your release clip on the bottom there, the Newton clip, before you open up all the arms, is to put the legs on. So this is what we're going to do. First thing, they go inside like that, and you'll notice there's two slits on the side, or slots. That clip there, so this part here slides directly into that clip, and that is what locks that in place, so that now cannot move. Okay, let's do the other side. Same again, and now we're able to mount our drone. Okay, so step one done, legs are on. The next part to this drone is the arms. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is fold these arms out. You'll see on the top here it has on, off. On the other side here you'll see that there is a spring-loaded button as well. We're going to push that, pull that over tight so that it's nice and strong, and then lock that in place. Now you'll know that that's done correctly because that now cannot move. Okay, so just checking that. We're going to do that again for all four of the arms, pressing our spring-loaded button, locking that in place, just like so. Once again, and once you've done this a few times, it becomes very simple. All right, so there we go. The next thing I do is we're at the front of the drone here, and you'll see the writing on top. If you can't read that writing because it's upside down, you've got the drone backwards. Just a quick note there. So we've got the drone here. I place the propellers facing away from me because once we start to do the calibration process, I don't want these propellers getting in my way. So we're going to have the propellers facing away from us. Around this side of the drone, so back of the drone, you've got your power button. This is where the battery lives, and then on the bottom, that there is where your Newton clip slides in and out of. Okay, so just a few notes on the componentry there. First thing that we're going to do now that we've got it all sorted, is our battery. Now have a quick look at this bad boy. This is why you get so much flight time out of a Condor Pro, because this battery alone is heavier than the drone itself. So huge capacity right here. And you'll notice that there's a spring-loaded clip on the top here. That is to lock the battery in place. So very important. Once you've got your legs on, you slide that in like so, and then you'll just seen that pop up there. That means we've got a secure connection of that battery to our drone. So that is now locked in place. I'm just going to give it a check. Very important part of the drone. Then on this side here, we've got our where the power input goes, and that also has a locking clip. Slide that up, and look at that. Power's on, and she fires up. I'm going to turn that off for now. But that now is a just about set up drone. So we've got our Newton 3 clip here, and I'm not going to put that on until I've done the calibration process, because I want as little weight as I can get on. The other thing that we've got here is our antenna, or our aerial. Now this here lives under the propeller here. Let me just slide this up so you can get a better look. Really important that this is put on nice and secure. So let me just screw that in for you. Now that is not going to go any further, and that is nice and solid. You've got to remember, with something that is vibrating, something that is moving, anything that's screw on, you want to be checking before you do each flight. So just, you know, something to get into the habit of doing. Just check that that's okay, and you'll be fine. So that is now pretty well a drone that can fly. It's set up. All we have to do is the calibration process. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how the Newton 3 clip goes on the bottom. Just remember, always have the propellers facing away from you, so that when you go to grab the drone, you've got as much arm room as you can get in between you and the drone. So just that note there. And I'd wait till after you've calibrated to put this on. Put this on just before you're starting to get your fishing gear together. So quick note there. It is pretty well identical to the A22 release mechanism, except it has a higher payload, and you'll notice size-wise it's a lot bigger as well. It has a clip on the back here. This is where it plugs into the drone. So all of these things we want to make sure we have a very strong and secure connection with. So I'm going to just tip this drone sideways, and this just slides in. Nice big click, nice and secure. That's good to go. All right, so place that back on our table, and there we go. That drone is now set up and good to go. All that's left to do is calibration. Okay, just a few notes on our remote controls. You'll see in some of the original videos we had told people to do this with the remotes. With any AEE Condors, we want to just tidy that up now. We have been told by the people who make these drones that this right here is optimal. So 12 o'clock, slight angle, so that the first half of your antenna, or the bottom half, is where the optimal signal comes from. So you want that as you're relaxed and flying it like so. Let me just get that right. That's how you want your antenna to be facing, okay? So just a quick note there. And then when I'm ready to fly, I've done the calibration. We haven't done that in this video yet. We'll go do that later. But when I am ready to go, we're going to open up our propellers, just like so. Right, just like that, and that's good to go. That's ready to take off. All that's left to do, our release wire, which is connected to our backbone, gets connected up underneath, and we're set to fly. All right, so the reason why we don't have the propellers out when we're about to calibrate is, watch this. So we got props and everything in our way. Like I said earlier, place your props like so. These ones can be set up, no stress at all. Have them just like this, and easy to grab onto the bottom of your drone and begin the calibration process. Right, next part of this video is we're going to get into calibrating the Condor Pro drone. just start from the yellow light. Awesome, so you've just seen the calibration process, and remember, this is us just quickly giving you guys a rundown on how to get your drone set up and out there. I do want to make a really strong disclaimer that where we were doing the calibration process was purely for demonstration purposes only. You would have seen the lights were blue. Right now they're red and yellow. That is your drone telling you that there are all sorts of signal issues going on right there. So we've got connection loss right there. It's dropping signal, dropping satellites in and out. When we brought the drone inside, it went straight to yellow and then red. It's now sitting on the red lights, which is telling you, and you actually won't be able to fly this drone anyway. So the drone is letting you know there is a very strong signal in your area and it does not want to fly. So just a quick note there, don't fly by power lines, don't fly by Wi-Fi signals, don't fly inside, don't fly next to you, give this drone as much space as possible. Optimal satellites in this area it took a lot longer to even gather satellites, because typically it's a lot faster, but you typically want 15 satellites or more, and it goes up to 22 satellites or something like that. So yeah, wait till you've got 15 satellites, and that gives you optimal strength in your GPS system. It gives you the best possible connection. So yep, and again, look, she's letting you know as best it can that it's not safe to fly where you are. So that's a quick rundown on the Condor Pro drone. If you've got any more questions, flick them through in the comments below. We'll fly 1,500 meters, carry up to 3.5 kilos, and we've changed that to 2.5 kilos just for ease of use and the disconnection of that Newton clip. Right, lastly, just before we do a recap on this drone, and I'm going to turn it off now. Right, the Newton clip. Now, what I suggest to people is you can either pick it up like so and put your clip in just like that, or you're able to have it elevated. For some people it's too low to the ground to be able to connect it up. You are able to have it elevated, but you do not want to start it on top of tables, on top of anything off the ground. You want your propellers to be able to get as much lift off the ground in that initial stage as possible. So pick it up, have it somewhere right where you're calibrating, elevated, make it easier for yourself, connect it in, then move out of the way of that table or whatever it is you're using. But like, as you can see, I can hold this with one hand. For a big drone, that's pretty impressive. But for those who may not be able to, if you can get somebody to hold it up for you, or you can elevate it yourself, click your hook section in and then place it back on the ground, and you're good to go. So just a recap on this drone: it'll fly 1,500 meters, carries 3.5, but we've got it set to 2.5 kg for that disconnection. It's a mechanical release drone as well, push button, just like the A22, and it'll fly in up to 30 knot winds. So huge drone, very easy to use. And if you've used the Condor, this just makes sense as the next step up for you guys. So check one out.